So this is
Oldecam.
and this is not a spring chick. And this is the stuff that didn't make the comments on the headlines of today.
Yeah. Well, because just about Obama.
Sometimes there's a lot. Sometimes all Obama news.
When you do Obama news, which is basically most of the news, it tends to make the other news pale in comparison because he is the greatest.
Is that why states won $176 billion of the slice of the stimulus?
Well, okay. Basically, that 700 billion, which was 1.5 trillion, is now 8 trillion, is pushing 10 trillion. Basically, they said that Obama may, in his first few months, double the national debt.
Well, I think the challenge is that these other entities are getting, it's kind of like the UAW. The UAW gets theirs, which means
everybody else wants theirs.
Everybody else that's a union wants theirs. And if the unions are going to get it, everybody else that's...
if you are a little guy and you watch the internet, put in your request for bailout fund. Oh, actually, Nancy Pelosi has given orders it is not to be called a bailout. It is an economic recovery stimulus fund. So remember, you have a right. You have as much right as getting the economic stimulus recovery funds as a man that worked for the UAW does. Probably more.
You think so?
Yeah. Okay. They're going. This farce they're doing in front of Congress today is simply to protect the union pension funds and to keep their salaries high. And basically, don't you have a business of which you would want your health benefits guaranteed and you want your salary raised? I mean, so. Part of you should be getting part of the stimulus funds also. We intend to try to get ours.
Why not?
Right. In
the midst of the longest slump in the post-World War II era, as job losses mount and credit dries up. That's half of the challenge.
That's part of it.
Because, and that's the frustrating part.
The job losses are mounting because the credit has dried up. It doesn't make any difference that the government has pumped money like tons of it into the lending situation.
That's because the banks are keeping it all themselves. Because why?
They're afraid that they're going to be put in jail by the members of the Democratic Party who have basically threatened. Okay, they threatened the oil industry to the point that everybody is selling fuel energy stocks now, and that's helping to fuel the drop in the economy. Because I mean, it is now basically $47, and they figure that cutbacks. What happens is that the OPEC and them, instead of cutting back now, are going to start pumping more into the pipeline in order to try to increase sales because it's all amount with cash flow.
Oh.
That's right.
Interesting. Do you think price will go down?
I
mean, eventually it's going to go up.
No, it's going to keep going down because what happens
they're pumping more into it.
The last time this happened, gas dropped to $10 a barrel because what happened was that countries like Venezuela needed money, so they opened the spigots and just flooded the market. And the market's on the verge of being flooded again. They figure the magic figure is probably about $30 a barrel. That's when the Saudis and everybody opened the floodgates.
Well, then maybe it was good that he kept saying he was going to penalize them.
Well, no, because what it's done is helped to destroy the economy the opposite direction.
Oh. Because it's gone way too far.
What you do is you just during the election, a well-known supporter of Barack Obama in the news media said that Obama should simply shut his mouth, go on vacation, he would be the president. Basically, it's the same thing stands for the Congress of the United States. Democrats should just simply shut their mouth, let it get done with, and then when the economy is back solid again, then go make all the threats they intend to make. So,
that's a good point.
Yep.
Yeah. Environmentalists and sport anglers asked a judge Monday to stop all water flows to farms and Southern California.
Yeah, they want to shut the water off to Los Angeles.
But that would be really disastrous.
They don't care.
Oh, that's true, because environmentally, Southern California uses up a lot of water compared to other places.
That's right.
They buy a lot of water from everywhere else.
They figure that Southern California is responsible for a lot of the problems in this world, so basically dry up Southern California. The environmentalists do not care about people. They only care about the environment.
Gosh.
So.
The Franken campaign claimed its own internal tally, which was quickly dismissed by the state officials that they have won the recount.
Yeah, and Franken this morning, they made the announcement. He's officially asked the Harry Reid in the United States Senate to declare him the winner of the election, which we knew was coming.
investors trying to determine what actually transpired at the cash register on Black Friday.
Well, I heard it said yesterday on the news, the chairman of Best Buy said that between now and Christmas, we may sell ourselves into bankruptcy. Because they've discounted things to the point that they're not making any money. They figure, I mean, like the BS, people spent, the 185 million people went into businesses or online this past weekend, and they spent an average of $372 a person. First of all, BS, that is BS from BS. But second is that things were discounted so much.
The profit margin.
There was no profit. They said it was all about getting cash into cash-strapped businesses, even if though they're losing money on everything.
Oh.
And then there's another figure which the guy I'm listening to him is talking about. There, a lot of the people in the merchant business, they said, well, there was record sales in flat-screen TVs, and the chairman of Best Buy said, that's all we're selling. So.
Negotiations to restructure the debt of media mogul Summer Redstone's debts.
Yeah, I mean, basically one of his companies, that his amusement companies is totally going out of business because they can't do it.
There's not enough people.
Basically, he's pumping hundreds of millions of dollars of his own. He's selling stock in his own businesses to try to keep the companies afloat. That includes CBS and Paramount.
Wow.
So I mean, look at these changes. Okay, that. The fact is, advertising revenue has died up across the board. We've seen CBS Network also owns a sign company, and some of those signs have not been changed in months. And like an event that took place a month ago,
oh,
and
it's true. The
on
sign's still up there.
Yep.
Yeah, Delphi Corp can postpone by 6 months the repayment of $4.35 billion in loans.
Because Delphi has now included itself in the bailout thing, as everybody else that's losing money in the country is.
So, by putting them in the bailout, does that mean they can postpone? It's almost like restructuring under bankruptcy.
That basically what happens is they've restructured under bankruptcy to cut costs, but they can't, because the cars aren't selling, they're not selling brakes and other things to General Motors, and basically they need that $3.5 billion bailout to do it.
Yeah. Newsom, eye on Sacramento.
Yeah, that's the governor. I mean, the mayor of San Francisco feels that he's told Barbara Boxer there's no reason for her to run because he will be the, or is it Moscone? Which one of these? Boxer. That he will be the next governor of the state of California because he's on the right side of the, I love that, I'm on the right side of God in this issue on gay rights. I know. I was like, well, they blame him and the head of education in the state of California directly for turning people off on the gay rights.
I know. It's like India's economy may outperform expectations as long as relations with neighboring Pakistan aren't derailed. Well, I think that's already been derailed.
Right now, they're talking about. They're simply talking about a war between the two countries now. So relations, they're gone, folks, because what happened is that they're becoming more militant in Pakistan since they got rid of Musharraf. And the Muslims. Okay, we're talking here. Pakistan is actually part of India. But they basically herded all the Muslims off into that part of the country, and basically the Muslims think that they should rule all of India. So that's as long as you've got that thing. The Indians could basically care less about the Muslims, but the Muslims want to rule. So we're looking, and these guys have got nuclear weapons pointed at one another.
Well, that's true. And we've done almost an entire another comments on the headlines of today, and these are the ones that didn't make it.
I know, but this is like we're going to be doing a 20-minute newscast today soon, so that's going to be done. Basically, it's going to start being done on the internet.
It depends on how much news is out for the day.
Yeah.
But for now, this is not a spring check.
And this is Oldecam.
We're here yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
And look for us doing 20 minutes of news today very shortly.
And for more information, go to www.montybubbles.net on the internet.